Hey, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're catching this at. I am Miss Flowers, your self-love coach, helping you spot the red flags in you. But let's just get into it. As you can see from the title, it's called Struggling for Love. And I don't know, I did a video somewhere and someone made a comment about the video and basically how a lot of people struggle for love because they feel that they're not worthy of love. So they put up with any and every little thing because they feel like they're not worthy of love. And these are my favorite pens. Not that I had anything to do with this. I got to the point of listening to people who are struggling for love because they feel like nobody's going to love them, which the main person that should love you is you. But when it all comes down to lack of self love within themselves. And then one of the other videos, I think it's a live video, I'm not sure, but it's about self-esteem. A lot of people have low self-esteem, and therefore their low self-esteem gets them into relationships that they really shouldn't be in. And even sometimes friendships, and even sometimes jobs that they shouldn't be in because of the lack of love that they have for themselves. So it all boils down to low self-esteem, low self-worth. Hey, Brandon, when you have low self-worth, and in a self-esteem video, I was talking about confidence. Self-esteem means confidence in one's own worth. And worth refers to the sense of intrinsic value and importance you place on yourself as a person. It means recognizing that you are deserving of respect, love, and happiness simply because of who you are. But if you're a disrespectful person, don't expect respect back. Because a lot of people, they're disrespectful and they expect people to be respectful to them, but yet they're disrespectful. Doesn't make sense. So when it comes down to building your self-worth and your self-esteem, you can't be in relationships that, for one, mess up your mental wellness. Two, it's not serving you. And then these people are saying, they love you, but they don't respect you. They love you, but they don't care about you. They love you, but any chance that they get to disrespect you, they're doing it. So you can't tell me somebody loves you if they're constantly disrespecting you. They're constantly telling you, oh, you're not worthy of love. They're constantly being negative to you. Anything that you do, they have something to say about it, something negative to say about it. Or when you try to change something, oh, well, that's not going to work. Or you shouldn't do that. Well, people like that do not need to be in your life. And that's why I was saying people struggle for love, because people get into relationships thinking that this person is going to love them, but in reality, they don't even love themselves. So how are they going to love you? So they don't love themselves. They can't love you. And then on top of that, you don't love you because you put up with the nonsense that they're doing. And a lot of times, I'm not going to say all women do it, but a lot of times, because I know men that do it too, a lot of times women get caught up in struggle love. Oh, because we got kids together, not struggle love, suffering for love. We got kids together. I feel like struggle love is when nobody has any money. We got kids together, so we're going to stay together because we got these kids, but this person has cheated on you, lied to you, just disrespect you in the most outrageous ways. And because you want love and you want your kids to have love, and because you want to be a family, or because you want to feel like, I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be by myself. There's nothing else out there, when in reality, There is something else out there. But first, you have to love you first. Like when I hear people say, "Oh, I want somebody to be like my grandmother, or I want somebody to be like my mother." And then you meet the grandmother and you meet the mother and you see how unhappy these women are or were. This person doesn't want the best for you. They don't want you to be happy. They want to be happy. They want to feel like they have something over you. They want to feel like they're, hey, how you doing? They want to feel like they have they have power over you. Because when you go sit and talk to these grandmothers and you go sit and talk to these mothers, they wasn't happy at all. And now they're older. What's behind yours? I don't know what you're talking about. They're they're so they're so they tell you the stories of how their husband was cheating or how their husband was doing this or how their significant other was only there to provide. They weren't there to they weren't there to take care of the kids emotionally. They were just there to provide, and they didn't do nothing with the kids. The kids, they didn't go to the kids games. They didn't go to the kids, anything the kids was going on. They wasn't involved in the kids. All they did was provide and run the streets. And then people, they hyped this up like it was such a great thing when some of the grandmothers, they had no choice but to stay because they didn't have jobs and they didn't have their own money. So when it all boiled down to it, it was just somebody having power over somebody else. It wasn't love. And I know a lot of people think, you should marry for love, you should marry for that. If you're marrying somebody or being with somebody and they have power over you because of money, or they have power over you mentally because you're not strong enough mentally to leave them, that's not love. You're suffering for love. When people go back and forth and they're saying, I love this person, I love this person, but you don't love you. So when you keep going back and forth with somebody that's disrespectful to you, that's not treating you right, that's running the streets, cheating on you, doing all these other things. And like I said, women do it too, because I know a couple of men where women have just ran over them. And these men have low self-worth and low self-esteem as well. So it's not just women. But when it comes down to self-love, it it's always going to start with you. Now, like I did a video before, and I was talking about people that want to have babies because they want somebody to love them. It always starts with you. It's never going to start with somebody else. It's always going to start with you. So when you start focusing on you and how you want to be loved, but first you loving you, and then focusing on how you want to be loved, you won't be suffering for love. So when you decide that you want to love you and you want to love you wholeheartedly, you won't suffer for love because you're not going to put up with stuff that people are trying to throw at you. So with that being said, I do have a digital download. If you'd like to get my digital download, the link will be in the description or the bio, depending on where you're watching that at. It's called A Journey into Self. And if you really want to change your self-worth and change how you feel about you, you can grab my digital download. I'll talk to you guys later.